Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? I'm trying to get this camera perfectly perched on the very end of the couch, because if it doesn't, it's gonna, you guys are like literally sitting on the very, very back of the couch, and if it moves just even 1 inch, it's gonna fall back. So, how are you guys doing this evening? It is 12:48 a.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it is currently, what does the temperature say over there? 8. I can see it because they have like an iPad reading out. It is currently 81. It says either, I think it says 81. It's 81 degrees right now. It's very hot, but it's different than Indiana, because you know Indiana is so muggy and here it's so dry. So like it almost doesn't seem, yeah, it says it's 80 clear and feels like 80. But you know, like Indiana is so muggy that here it doesn't really feel, like it's that bad. I forgot what it's like to walk across, like from where you're sitting at the pool to the pool. You almost burn your feet because the concrete is so hot that I feel like I burnt the bottoms of my feet a little bit today. They really, really hurt, and I wore Birkenstocks tonight to the show that we went to. Let's see what the daily, let's see what the temperature is going to be tomorrow. Today it was 99. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 102, 0 precipitation. Tuesday 103, 0 precipitation. Wednesday 104, 0 precipitation. Thursday 105, 0 precipitation. Friday 107, 0 precipitation. Oh no, 3% precipitation. And Saturday 107 degrees, 0 precipitation. And Sunday 103, 6 degrees, or 6% of precipitation. So, and oh, then it looks like maybe some, it never really, cloudy maybe, but it never really gets rainy here. So, I am tired, but I feel like I just got my second wind, which I'm a little worried about. Let me tell you, so I didn't really sleep much at all last night. I slept for about an hour, and I didn't even set my alarm on my phone. I only set my alarm, I have an alarm clock as well, so I have to actually get up and get out of bed and go and turn it off. And I had set that one. Thank God, like Alex set all these alarms, because the first one, the first alarm that went off, he like got up, and that was at, I think like 3 or 3:15. So I only ended up getting like an hour of sleep. I drove around and I listened to my audiobook, Void Moon, because I just was like so excited to come that I couldn't sleep. I always get like such a kid, I'm like such a kid at heart when it comes to getting excited about, like, you know, holidays and trips and stuff. So I was just like so pumped. And so anyway, I got about an hour of sleep, which the night before I didn't get much sleep either, because had to get up to take the dogs to the kennel, and so I didn't get to bed till late from listening to my audiobook. Or, you know what, I don't know if I said this on here. I think I said that it was because I finished my audiobook, but it was because I finished that show, Relentless. I finally finished that. That's what I stayed up late doing Friday going into Saturday, was I finally finished the last 2 episodes of the documentary on Discovery Plus called Relentless, that is about Christina Whitaker, who went missing in 2009, I think. The whole story is so sad. I will tell you, that documentary is done so well. It is done really, really well. I actually, when I was watching it, I kind of like developed, and this is interesting how she did this as a filmmaker. I almost kind of like, because the first episode is called The Two Christinas or something like that, and it's about Christina Whitaker, who goes missing, and then Christina Fontana, who is the filmmaker, and it's kind of like their their stories like parallel kind of to some degree, and how she got started in this whole filmmaking process anyway. But I kind of like, there was a period at the beginning when I was like, I just like, I didn't like, she wasn't somebody that I like really enjoyed watching, and by the end I was like totally in love with her. I was like, and that happens a lot, I notice, with true crime documentaries when I watch them. And I just was totally in love with her by the end, and I just think she's a really neat woman, and she's dedicated so much of her life to this whole story, and I think she reminds me of somebody, because I kept on thinking that she reminded, like, I was like, I think she reminds me of this one person, but it might be somebody else. So anyway, yeah, it was fantastic, and I mean, she really put her life on the line, safety-wise, and just, I mean, she said at the end, like, I'm going broke, like, I'm emotionally tired, like, I can't handle this anymore, and so that's why she finally ended it. She actually stopped filming it in the spring of 2021, but I do feel like the end of the show left it open for there to be a sequel to it, because they still haven't found Christina Whitaker, and the end of the show, they end it, or she ends it with, my pants are all twisted around my shorts, she ends it with, somebody calling from, well, I won't tell you guys, but she ends the entire documentary with a phone call that she receives giving her some information, and then it just ends. So it's like the story continues to go on, you know? So anyway, I did that, and then I had to take the dogs to the kennel, and I was going to get up and do that early on Saturday, but I just kept on snoozing and snoozing the alarm. So I don't know what in time I think that's... I feel like it has been the longest 24 hours. I feel like that's what happened. But anyway, I ended up taking the dogs to the kennel. Not too late, but yeah, I didn't get a lot of sleep. And then Saturday, I was like running around doing errands, filming videos, getting stuff ready for our trip. So, it's like 2 days in a row that I haven't had a lot of sleep. So, we got into Las Vegas this morning at like 9:30, and we were at our hotel by like 10:30, and our room wasn't ready for us. We knew that would be the case, so we sat down in the little bar down there, and Alex got a beer and I got a Diet Coke. And then while we were sitting there, like, he went and changed into his swimsuit, and then I went and changed into my swimsuit, and then we checked our bags, and then we went to the pool. And we were at the pool from like 11 until like, it was like 2:30. So at about 2 o'clock, I was in the pool most of the time. It was so hot that I could lay out for like 5 or 10 minutes, and I had to be back in the pool. Well, we also got food while we were at the pool. We got a plate of chips and salsa, which was fantastic. We got a plate of chips and guac, and we got fries, and then Alex had a couple beers. And I had one Diet Coke, but I was kind of like, do you ever, like, if you're like me and you don't drink and you just drink like coffee and Diet Coke or soda or whatever, it's like, you kind of get burnt out on it at some point. And like, I had a Diet Coke on the way to the airport, and then when we got to the airport, we got there so early. That was the other thing, you know, like, they tell you to get there like 2 hours early now. We got there like 2.5 hours early, and there was no line, and so we literally were like waiting. So we walked all the way down to Starbucks, and we walked all the way back. We waited in line for like a half an hour at Starbucks, and so I just got a grande coffee because I thought when I got here that I would get a coffee, but I didn't. So, but then on the plane, I had two Diet Coke. No, I had a Diet Coke on the plane. And so by the time that we got here, I just was like, by the time we got down in the pool, I was like, I am Diet Coked out. I mean, I know I'm on vacation, but I have had enough Diet Coke, I think, to last a lifetime. So, and then I started drinking water. So then, it was like 2 o'clock, I went and I got in the pool, and I said, do you want to get in with me? And he was like, no, that's okay. I have to tell you, the pool was dead. I couldn't believe it. I mean, not dead, but not like summer in Vegas. I really couldn't believe it. So 2 o'clock I went and got the pool. About 2:15 I got out of the pool, and Alex was like on his stomach, and he was like brown, like, and he was like, he was asleep, and he was out, and I was like, babe, you're getting a lot of sun on your back. And I woke him up, and he was like, oh, and he said, I said, how late are you wanting to stay out here? And he said, this was like 2:15, 2:20, and he said, whenever the room is ready. And I said, because they texted me when it was ready, and I said, babe, I told you like an hour ago the room was ready. And he goes, you did? And I said, yeah. And he goes, because he kept on falling in and out of sleep. And I said, I think you were asleep when I said something to you, because you just kind of were like, oh, okay. And he was like, okay. He sat up and he was like, because he only got like an hour or two of sleep too. And he was like, I've got to go up to the room and go to sleep. He was like, I am exhausted if we're going to make it to this show tonight. So we came up to the room and had our bags brought up here. And they brought a fan, so I didn't have to bring a fan. Oh, the first fan didn't work, and so they had to bring up another fan. They were really nice about it. And so anyway, so then we laid down. I kind of just like sat and looked around and stuff, but I was excited to be here. But then we laid down at about, I just noticed the stuff on the bottom of that table there is pretty, about, oh, we had to have gotten up here before that then, because we laid down at like 10 till 3. And we set our, no. About 10 till 4 we laid down. Alex laid down at like 3:15, 3:30. I laid down about 10 till 3. And I was like, this is like a really long nap, because he never, like my husband never naps. And he was like, I am exhausted from traveling and not getting any sleep left. He's like, I've been up for like 24 hours. And he's somebody that like needs to sleep. So I was like, this is like, you're going to sleep for like, I said, what time did you set the alarm for? And he said 7. And I said, it's like 3 hours. And he's like, well, we have to get up at 7 in time to make it to the show, because we had to leave here at 8 to make it to the show by 9. And so I said, okay. And so we laid down and we closed the blackout curtains, because we don't have those at home. You know, the sun comes right on in. The other night when the moon was so bright, oh, it's supposed to be a full moon tonight. I didn't see the moon out at all. But anyway, the other night, like the moon was shining in our window and shining through like the sunlight in the bathroom. But what was I gonna say? Shoot, no, I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh, with the blackout curtains on and the fan, I was out like that. It's out. I told him tonight at dinner, I was like, I don't even remember falling asleep. So, so then all of a sudden Alex goes, he was like, babe, it's like 8 o'clock. We have to get up if we're going to make it to the show. And I was like, what? Because the show wasn't at the hotel that we're staying at. And so I was like, okay. So it was like 10 till 8. And like, I took the quickest shower in the entire world and I'm like, I'm going casual tonight. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I put on jeans and a black t-shirt and some Birkenstock sandals, my camouflage ones, and called it a day. And we went and saw, it's a Spiegel World show, Atomic Saloon, and it's at the Venetian. So the first Spiegel World show that we ever saw was Absinthe, and it's at Caesar's Palace. And there's like a big tent and everything there. And the second Spiegel World show that we saw was Opium at the Cosmopolitan. And this is the third one that we've seen, and now they have a fourth one coming out. Absinthe is hilarious, but it's real, like, it's just not, like, appropriate humor. It's, like, real dirty humor and stuff. And this was like that, too. And so the whole storyline to this was you were, like, in this saloon. I have a picture of what the setup looks like. Well, I put it on my Instagram tonight, but in case you don't see it. I thought I had videotaped. I thought I had recorded this one thing, but I guess I didn't. Or maybe I did. Hold on a second. No, the one thing I wanted to record, I didn't get recorded. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is what it looked like. It was like this saloon setup, and so like that was like the bar and everything like that. It was really small. There were like, well, five aisles in front of us, and then tables and booths all around, and we were like in a table in the back. Yeah, there was this guy, and he was like this guy, muscle man guy that like, who's supposed to be the mayor of the town, and he like would stand like on his hands on these like cement blocks. And he had this little chihuahua that came out and did all these tricks with him. You guys, it was adorable. of course, we got real upset then because it reminded us of Pee-Pee. At dinner, Alex was like, that dog reminded me so much of Pee-Pee. He was like, I started getting so upset. The show was raunchy. The show was hilarious. There was like unbelievable dancing. There was like river dance kind of stuff in it. And then there was like, you know, like when they fly in the air and they do all that kind of, I mean, there was some of that in there. It was unbelievable. So it's about this woman, and she owns this saloon called the Atomic Saloon, and she's like, tonight you're going to meet some of my people, and it was supposed to be like, there was also like prostitution that was like running out of the saloon, and so this one girl was like a prostitute that worked for her, but she was like in love with this guy that was from the town, and they were going to go run away, and the bar owner, she kept on trying to like, or the saloon owner kept on trying to like get her to, it's like old Wild West kind of stuff. I actually thought I wouldn't like it because of that, because I have no interest in like old Wild West stuff, but it was really good. And then after that, we went to go eat at the Grand Lux Cafe in the Venetian, which is basically Cheesecake Factory. It's just by a different name. It's owned by the same company. The menu is almost identical. I mean, the menu might be identical. And it's where we had our rehearsal dinner. So, 10 years ago. Which is crazy. We had like the whole back room. I told Alex tonight, I said, I don't even remember like calling and booking that. Like, I don't remember like arranging that or anything. I can remember Caroline and Sarah saying stuff to Alex and I about like that like they were supposed to do a lot of those things, so maybe they did. I mean, we booked where our reception was at. It was this Italian restaurant. The MGM hotel caught on fire today. I meant to look that up and see what had happened, but you could see it all through the sky, and then I heard somebody talking about it. MGM Vegas fire. Let's see if anything comes up for today. I mean, it was a huge fire. Yeah, but that's interesting because 40 years ago, last November, it says 87 are killed on the Strip 40 years ago. I can't believe there's not one thing about this on here. I mean, unless it really, it didn't end up being. Smoke rises near Las Vegas Strip, but fire put out quickly. 12 hours ago. Las Vegas Strip fire today by a dumpster near MGM. If that was a dumpster fire, the fire was like all the way. The smoke was pluming all the way in the air. A fire sent black smoke across the Las Vegas Strip Sunday afternoon after a dumpster caught on fire near MGM. Traffic is being diverted at Las Vegas Boulevard. Seek alternate routes.
Massive fire.
Look at what it looks like.
Vegas Strip. Does anybody know what that is? No idea. Yeah, I don't either.
We could see it all over. It was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah. And while we were waiting for our restaurant, or for the food restaurant to be ready, because it was like a 30-minute wait, at 11 o'clock, I couldn't believe that. I played some computer blackjack, and Alex just sat there and talked to me. It was fun. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a real good time. And he's exhausted. I said, are you going to unpack your bags tonight? He's like, no, I'm coming up straight to the room and going to sleep. And I actually brought back some of my pasta that I got. He had chicken fingers and fries. The bread there was delicioso, and they brought like big slabs of butter with it, but like it was different bread than Cheesecake Factory, but it was really good. So Alex is asleep in the bedroom with the fan on and the blackout sheets closed down. I had so much fun playing computer or blackjack. I was like, well, maybe I'll go downstairs for a little bit and play a little computer blackjack, but I don't know. I'm tired too. So I downloaded all these movies to watch, right? All these things I downloaded. And I started watching Lotus Resort. I don't know if I finished the 4th episode or if I'm... Let me see, I'll tell you where I'm at on it. Not that you guys really care. Okay, so I have like real mixed feelings about this show. let's see where I'm at on this. Hold on. So, do you guys know what the premise of this show is? So, okay, I'm on episode 4. I'm over halfway through with episode 4, and there are 6 episodes. So, Lotus Resort is like this resort in Hawaii somewhere. They don't say what island it's on, but they have to take a boat to get there, and it's like all these different groups of people. There's like a newlywed couple, and then there's like a couple with their son and daughter, and then the daughter has a friend with them. And it's Connie Britton and Steve Zahn, who I have like always had like a huge crush on. Steve Zahn, way back all the way. I was like, tonight I said to Alex, I go, do you not know who he is? And he was like, no. And I said, the movie Joyride, you've never seen? Like, Candy Cane. I said, you've never seen Joyride? He goes, I don't know, I've never heard of that movie. I was like, we have to watch Joyride. So I have had such a crush. I think he's probably about my same age. I've had such a crush on him forever. He seems like, I mean, I think he's super hot, first of all. I know people probably like, what? I always find like the strangest people hot. Here he is. Let's see how old he is. Oh, he's 53. Oh God, he's short. He's 5'7". He's been married since 1994. Oh my God. To Robin Peterman. I feel like she was an actress. Was she in? Well, she's an author now. But what was she known for back then? Let's see if she's got a Wikipedia. It looks like she was an actress or something. Books by series. A complete list of... Is this the same one? It must be. It looks like her. But anyway, so Connie Britton plays this woman that's like a CEO of like this huge like tech company, and then search engine company, and then it's Steve Zahn is her husband, and then she's got this daughter that's like a real mean girl, and then her friend is a mean girl kind of as well, but they kind of explain why. And then the girl's younger brother is there too, but they're like 17, 18, and like 16 or something. Like, I don't know how old they're supposed to be, but anyway, like at one point the mom says something to her about, you need to be nicer to your younger brother, and I was like, I thought he was older than her. And then Jennifer Coolidge, who is fantastic in it. And what I love about her in this versus everything else is that she always just plays that dumb role, you know, which I like that. I love that about Jennifer Coolidge. I love that role that she plays like in Legally Blonde and the Christopher Guest movies like Best in Show and all that kind of stuff. But she kind of like shows a broad range of acting in this, and it's fantastic. She's really good. I mean, even to the point where she's supposed to kind of play like a funny caricature of this. She's like her mother's passed away and she's grieving, but like her mom wasn't nice at the same time, so it's like, anyway. And then the spa is run by this woman that I feel like I've seen her in like some law shows, and she's, oh no, you know what I think she might have been on? I think she might have been on Grey's Anatomy. I don't know why I think that. Let me look this up. Lotus Resort cast. And then this guy that was in the show Looking, which I loved, he, why can't it not just list him here and show him? He plays the guy that runs the, I wish it would just show the pictures. Oh, there's a season 2 already of it. He plays the guy that like runs the resort, Armand, and he is hilarious. Don't you hate it when it doesn't like... Murray Bartlett is his name. Connie Britton is Nicole Mossbacher. Jennifer Coolidge is Tanya McCoy. Jake Lacey is Shane Patton. I don't know who that guy is, but he played a really good part. Oh, Molly Shannon's in it for a second. Okay, Natasha Rothwell as Belinda Lindsay. She plays the one that runs the spa, and it says she's so good. Rothwell, who plays the spa manager who gets to hear about everyone's problems, is no stranger to comedy. She was a writer on SNL for 2 years. She's best known, however, for her acting work on the HBO hit show Insecure, which she also writes for. Oh, this one that plays Lonnie. Jolene Purdy as Lonnie. Purdy plays Lonnie, a new hire at the hotel. She's been seen in WandaVision, Orange is the New Black, and Donnie Darko. Okay, so this is my thing about the show, is that I went into the show thinking it was going to be like nonstop slapstick comedy, and that is not the show at all. It just, there's some funny moments from it, but like, it's not like haha. It is, there's some very serious moments in it, and they kind of like, it's almost kind of like dark humor in that they take these serious moments and they kind of poke fun at them, but like almost in a realistic kind of way too. Like it's really kind of hard to even explain, and I like it. Like I'll definitely continue to watch it, but would I say it's one of the best shows that I've seen in a long time? No, I definitely wouldn't say that. But it's good. It's interesting. And then I downloaded some true crime shows. I can't remember what they're called. Who Killed Somebody, Somebody. They're always called that. Who Killed Somebody, 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 Who. And that's it. And I'm just ready to have a relaxing week. We had a really good first day, but I just feel like it was like jam-packed and all kinds of stuff, you know. We did all kinds of stuff today, so it was good. Yeah. It's funny, like, all the flashing lights of Vegas, like, in the windows, like, as you're sitting here, you know. It is such a pretty city. I mean, it really, really is a beautiful city. Just because of all of this. I forgot how pretty it is when you fly in here, you know, and you, like, fly in over the mountains, and then you're, like, just here. And it's, like, just this, it looks small when you look down on it from the sky. I mean, it's just a little strip, you know. And then you're here, and it feels like massive, because it is, you know, with like the hotels are massive and stuff like that. But so anyway, I feel like there's other stuff to tell you, and now I can't remember what. Got everything packed, got everything here. My bag was lighter than I thought it was going to be. I was really worried. Do you ever worry about that? I was really worried that my bag would be too heavy when I got to the airport, but it wasn't. It was like, I think by like 6 or 7 pounds or something like that. I mean, I pack heavy because I bring so many pairs of shoes and stuff. But I was proud of myself that tonight, so I wore one swimsuit already, 2 t-shirts, pair of jean shorts, a pair of jeans, my Birkenstock sandals, so I wore those on the airplane, and I also wore them tonight to the show. Then I wore my pool shoes, my slides to the pool, and brought my new bag. So I've like used a lot of my stuff already. I'm very proud of myself. Well, because I always pack all this stuff and then I don't end up wearing it, you know? And Alex's mom flies in tomorrow. It's weird to think that the last time that we were like out of town together at the same time, like in the same city, like if we had both gone to San Diego together or whatever, the last time that we were both, I didn't even say this to Alex, I'll tell him this tomorrow. I don't know why, it's funny, but the last time that we were out of town together at the same time with her was when we got married in Vegas 10 years ago. Isn't that so crazy? We spent like the whole way to the airport, we were talking about like all of the people that we have met together as a couple, and like who we're still friends with and who we still see, and all the people that like we never talk to anymore. And there's so many people that we were super, super close with, you know, that we don't like even know where they're at anymore. And it's just kind of crazy to think that like don't know, there were so many people that we were friends with, you know, that like when we first were together and we were going, I just caught it as it stopped, and I like looked over and I was like, oh, it's gonna stop. But when we first met and we were going out together all the time, we had so many friends that we made and more acquaintances, you know, really, but people that we hung out with on a regular basis that we saw like every weekend, you know, 3 to 4 times a weekend and stuff. And it's like out of that group, there's just not that many people. I mean, Alex had people from like high school and college that he brought into the relationship, as did I, like from sobriety and back in the day. But other than that, it's like all the people that we met together, it's like, well, what's so crazy is all the people that like we met, like they were single and then they started dating and they were a couple. Some of them's weddings we went to, or, you know, all that parties and engagements and all that stuff we did. And then they're divorced and like live in different cities now and don't even talk to each other. I mean, it's crazy to think that, you know? 13 years is a long time to be with somebody. Long time. So many things have happened in 13 years. We were talking about that. Like, I mean, just for the fact that like we both look completely different. You know, like Alex is like, he physically looks the same, but like, I mean, I look at the Alex from the pictures that when I first met him to today, I mean, he's definitely grown up, you know, I mean, well, obviously, I mean, he's 37 now and he was 24 when I met him. But like just everything, like in the way that he dresses, and well, obviously that stuff's going to change over time. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you know, how he carries himself. He's just more sure of himself now, and he is, you know, more professional, and he takes himself more seriously than I think he did back then. And yeah, it's crazy to look back on all of that. And I look nothing the same. I mean, I had brown hair, no beard, and was like 100 pounds thinner. And, well, not 100 pounds thinner, 80 pounds thinner, though. And look at me now. Look at me now. I'm still here. I was just talking about that movie the other night, Postcards from the Edge. Do you guys love that movie? With Meryl Streep, but it's written about Carrie Fisher, and it's supposedly about Carrie Fisher's relationship with her mom, like after she gets out of treatment. It's really, really good. It's so sad to think that they're both gone now, Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher. So, well, I think I'm going to get off here now so that I can upload this. I can start rendering this now, and then I can upload it while I'm sleeping, so that I will have this prepared to go for tomorrow. I am halfway through the book Void Moon. I need to, while I'm here one day, I need to make, I meant to do this before I left and I didn't do it. I need to make the True Crime Book Club as well as the book club, Peter's Book Club announcement on my BookTube channel. Because I don't know if Mel has posted yet on the book club what the September book is, but it's a good one. I'm excited. And then for Peter's Book Club, it's If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy, which I'm really, really excited about reading. I already have the audio version, and I also bought the paperback version. I thought it was weird that it went directly to paperback release. I got the paperback version at Target the other day, so there's that I'm really excited about. All right, so I'm gonna get off here now. So if nobody else has told you this today, I love you, and welcome to the travel vlogs 2021, summer 2021, the anniversary edition. And I hope that you guys are having an amazing Monday. Will you be watching this on Monday? Yeah, an amazing Monday, amazing beginning to your week. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.